Hello, everyone. Welcome to all the viewers. With me, I have a very, very special guest. So, on behalf of DocTutorials, myself, Dr. Rahul Rajeev, Medicine Faculty, is wholeheartedly inviting Dr. Anirban Deb, who is rank one in the November INI CET exam. And just a couple of hours, the results have been announced. And Anirban, hearty congratulations. You are the person whom the country wants to listen now. Welcome and hearty congratulations again.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And
All
good
right.
evening, everybody.
Yeah. All right. So Anirban, just want to know, what was that feeling seeing rank one on screen?
Perplexed, bamboozled.
Okay.
Overwhelmed. I was checking compulsively the ranks, my roll number and the rank. Is it? My friends are calling and telling, we'll check. Give me your roll number.
All
so.
Right. Okay. So, but by now, I think you are quite convinced that you are rank one in the November INI CET. Now, before I start this interview, to all the viewers, I tell you one thing. This guy is truly deserving to be rank one. Because a few months back, after the NEET PG exam results, Anirban actually messaged me. Anirban actually was a good student right from his MBBS days, and he did his MBBS from JIPMER, the prestigious JIPMER. And see, NEET PG, he got a very good rank, right, Anirban? Rank 168, correct?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Since he was a student in the top league, he did not actually achieve that top rank. Okay. So he actually wanted to ask me one thing, sir, should I drop? Should I continue? But he told one thing to me, which I think, made him feel special or unique. He said, sir, I want to take medicine. And basically what I want to become is a good doctor and not just study about rare diseases alone. I want to know more about common diseases, the guidelines on how common diseases are managed. And that is what Anirban's focus was, rather than, saying that, sir, I want to finish these many MCQs. But Anirban, hats off to that thought, and hats off to your thought that you wanted to evolve to become a very good doctor. So truly deserving rank one, Anirban.
Thank you so much, sir. It means a lot coming from you.
Yeah. And Anirban, just tell us a bit about your INI CET exam. So you've got rank one now. So how many questions did you attempt for the exam?
So I attempted 186 or 187 questions.
Okay, all right, 186 questions. And approximately how much do you think you got it right?
I think I got somewhere around 165 to 170 correct, maybe.
All right. So how was the paper overall? The toughness?
So I was part of the morning session.
Okay.
So it was quite tough. It was tougher than most of the GTs I had given everywhere, anywhere. So it was quite overwhelming. And in the center, actually, technical glitches were happening.
Okay.
So it was quite a perplexing situation then.
Okay.
So then the paper was actually tough. So in my hindsight, there was, if the paper is tough for me, it will be tough for the most. So I have to maintain my calm. And there were a lot of 5 to 6 ambiguous questions, which when the questions were not complete, the images were not good. So I just left quite a few, 5 to 6 of them, which I felt it ambiguous. And I thought it's better not, I should not delve into these territories of being in the mercy of the examiner, whether they will cancel the question or they'll consider it marked. So I just left those questions and also the images part. As far as I could rule out from the options, I did. And if I did not know, I did not attempt. So that was my approach for the INI CET, the morning session. The evening session, I don't know, have an idea about.
All right. And coming to your preparation, and since you utilize the DocTutorials app, just wanted to ask you, who are your favorite faculties in DocTutorials?
Sir, my favorite faculty in DocTutorials is Dr. Shandeep Sharma, hands down. Okay. So I watched his pediatrics videos, and it was so well organized, and the notes also were. If I could not get time, like I devoted some time to pediatrics, I could not give more than 1 week or 10 days. So I used to go through the notes, and if I felt the need that I have to read more about, then I used to watch his videos, and it's a like time crunch that I could not watch all of his videos because he explains it in such a nice manner, and you always feel that if you just read the notes, you're gonna miss the whole topic from that guy totally. So yeah, that is how the impact of sir is.
Okay, so I think did that actually help you revise pediatrics also better? Because always Dr. Sandeep sir is someone who actually teaches in a very systematic manner. So since you have already made his notes, did revision become more easier for you?
Yes, the revision actually became became very easy in pediatrics because the way he had taught like general pediatrics, neonatology. The best part I think is neonatology because all he teaches is from the AIMS guidelines. So I like it so much because he teaches in a very crisp manner and he covers everything, and you won't feel overwhelmed by his videos. So that's one point I really like about his videos. And as I revised pediatrics only 1.5 times. Maybe one time I saw his videos fully and revised, and other before the exam I gave 8 hours, and my revision for most of the systems and general and neonat was complete within those 6 to 8 hours. So yes, it helps in the revision a lot.
Yeah. Because in pediatrics also, I feel when Dr. Sandeep sir teaches, he makes it sure that all his teachings are based on the recent guidelines. Okay, so
Yes.
it helps you stay updated as a doctor as well, right?
Sure, sir.
Yeah. And regarding surgery, you said that you have been following Dr. Raja Mahendran sir since your final year. And
Yes.
you said a while back that you followed his book for your practical exams as well.
Yes, for practicals and even theory also. We used to whichever topics we found it, we used to read that topic, the practical and theory same from his
Okay.
book.
So how did his lectures, Dr. Raja Mahendran sir's lectures, his practical book, how did this help you in shaping up your knowledge on surgery?
Yes, actually, Raja Mahendra sir's videos were quite extensive, and it was based on all the recent changes and based on the new ATLS guidelines, or in the part where he used to refer to big shot GI surgery books and urology books, but it never used to feel that he used to teach from them. It was like he made sure that it could permeate into our minds, and surgery was a subject which I used to fear. So in that way, Rajamendra sir's notes and his videos, it was very useful for final year and in internship also. So yes, it definitely did help me a lot in my foundation
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. And, since he's a practicing surgeon, he takes a lot of classes for clinics as well. And
Yes,
you might have actually been benefited by his clinical book as well, right? For your final MBBS exam.
yes, sure, sir.
Yeah. And regarding pathology, Vandana Puri ma'am, probably one of the best pathology faculties in the country. So how was pathology in DocTutorials?
Pathology, I used to read Vandana Puri ma'am's book since second year for quizzes.
Okay.
Like it was like an extra edge. I had read Robbins, I had worshipped Robbins fully, and on top of that, for quizzes when I could not read any other Robbins part, I used to refer to ma'am's book. And when I found that ma'am is also a part of Doctor, then I have to watch ma'am's videos in all the hot topics which come for INI CET. So ma'am's videos were like, it will definitely give an extra edge over certain topics, and the way ma'am teaches certain very difficult topics like genetics or hematology especially, and she covers all the practical aspects also. Like you cannot like the vacutainers, the blood transfusion part. These are things which you need to know if you are in a hospital setting. Even an intern has to know a lot about these blood transfusions and vacutainers. The way ma'am teaches, we might not come across in our daily life while working with them. So we get a lot of clarity about all the practical aspects also when in reading theory and after watching ma'am's videos. So yes, in this aspect, Vandana Puri ma'am's notes helped me quite a lot in entrance and as well as enhancing my knowledge.
Yeah, I truly agree with you. I think, ma'am's lectures always have a clinical touch as well. And I'm sure that you would have loved her hematology videos, especially. They're probably one of the top notch, right?
Yes, yes, sure, sir.
Yeah. All right. And regarding other subjects, forensic medicine, did you follow Jaiprakash sir's notes?
Yes, I followed Dr. JP sir's notes, and the way he used to teach, like it was quite funny, and it was quite the emphasis he puts on certain words, and it will certainly strike you, and you will get that thing embedded in your head. And the notes were quite extensive, and I feel that forensic is a subject that anything can come from any nook and corner of the textbook or the notes. So you have to like read them, and you cannot miss, because and there are certain topics that have to be read. So it's quite a this short subject are quite a make or break kind of
Yeah.
part in the exam.
Correct. And always when JP sir suddenly stresses on certain points, it actually gives you that jolt, and okay, you remember that point, right?
Right.
Okay, all right. That's good. And see, just want to know something, when you prepare for such a big exam like INI CET, a while back you were mentioning about short subjects. Is it like, did you ever pay less importance to any subject, or you thought yourself, okay, see, I'm preparing for a major exam, I have to give emphasis on all subjects. So how was your balance of preparation, for your exams, the
So my
various
balance, yes, sir. My balance of preparation was mainly based on pre and paraclinical subjects and short subjects.
Okay.
So these were the parts which I had read less in during my professional years. So I had to pay more respect and gain more knowledge regarding those subjects. So my main focus was on to solidify my knowledge in those subjects which were I considered myself weak at. So I had to prioritize my most of my time. Even in fact, the least time I give to my preparation is to medicine.
Okay.
So despite it being my favorite subject, but then also in final year I had studied the final year subjects in quite a lot of detail and made my notes. So I was quite confident that even one reading I could be sure that okay, I am cool with final year, and I have to give that due time and respect to the pre and paraclinical subject, because INI CET is an exam where pre and paraclinical exams are usually covered in very great detail. Or Hitharto, this time they asked in an equal manner all the subjects. So yes, this
All
was
right.
my approach.
All right. And for certain, vast subjects like medicine, you definitely have to focus on key areas. Like, for example, stroke, myocardial infarction. So, you must have focused on those key areas as well. You cannot miss out a question on that. So areas like stroke. So did you watch the DocTutorials videos on stroke management and all?
Yes, I had watched the DocTutorials videos on the neurology part in stroke, then the peripheral neuropathies and dementia, which is a very hot topic in be it NEET or INI CET.
Yeah. So did that actually help you in building your concepts?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That part, the way and the crisp parts, it definitely helps you a lot in the preparation as well, and also in your knowledge as a doctor.
Okay. All right. So because whenever I have taken medicine, especially the management part, I've tried to bring in the patient perspective as well. And Anirban, the viewers should know that he's someone who studies from a patient point of view, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because even when I discuss the stroke management also, I used to bring in scenarios and what you would do if you were in that place, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Anirban, I know medicine is your love subject, I should say. And again, the viewers, you might know that Anirban was again first in the DocTutorials Medicine Magnum quiz. And there is something very unique about that quiz. We have had, say, quizzes where you get toppers, but single quiz, 2 national winners. Shagun was rank 1 in the previous exam. She participated in the quiz. And Anirban was the winner in this quiz, and he is rank 1. So 2 numero, from a single quiz. And Anirban, that is where, I had an interaction with you. And even I mentioned during that quiz as well, in the DocTutorials quiz as well, that even in your prelims round, I did not put any conventional, so much theory questions. I put mostly clinical questions and recent advances. And I think you scored very well in the prelims round of that quiz. In fact, many of the candidates who qualified, yourself, Shagun, who were actually showing that, okay, you're quite special. So just tell us, especially the juniors watching you would want to know, how did these quizzes help you, keep yourself pumped up with this knowledge?
So the quizzes actually were a source of my adrenaline rush. It provided with me the adrenaline rush and kind of environment where like you will have that kind of environment where you will learn also, and you will learn also, and you will gain some aspects regarding challenges, competitions, luck, and you will be very well versed with that environment. So the quizzes definitely helped me. There is a very good quizzing culture in our college. So thanks to that, I also become a part of it. And definitely reading for quizzes, and I also like have organized quizzes in my college. So it definitely helps you a lot to read a lot. You choose a topic, and then you see that you cannot just make a question, or you cannot just stop guessing. Just stop after guessing the right answer. You feel that you have to learn a lot more. You feel that you need to go back to the questions after the quiz. My friends and my quizmates and I used to go through the answer key, so that we get to know that yes, whatever we guessed, we have to know that also. So it's just not the marks; it's also the knowledge we gain from it. So definitely quizzes help me a lot, and I just don't like just go and study and make some notes. It should be fun also. So
Correct.
with patience and with quizzes, the learning becomes much more interactive and mutual. So
Yeah.
that's why I like this part of the culture here.
And how was your experience with the Medicine Magnum quiz? Because we kept it very different from the usual quizzes. We kept it mainly focused to management of common diseases and guidelines. So how did you find the Medicine Magnum quiz of DocTutorials?
Yes, so the prelims was solely based on clinical questions. Like there were quite a few recent advances, new drugs were there, but definitely new drugs are things which you cannot ignore. They are asked in INI CET, so you cannot ignore them. You may find it very boring, but you have to know about them for your updatation. So then the finals were quite different. So there are very few quizzes in which I have attended this much. They have like very few rounds. It was very crisp, but it was solely centered on clinics, and it was like just not. And again, it had the quiz touch, because there was a round where the recent advances were asked, then the Nobel Prize winners were asked, and so it was quite.
Round on COVID.
Yes, round on COVID was there. So in the round of COVID, it was like we were being asked about the management. Why do we manage with a certain modality of ventilation? Why not HFNC? Why not CPAP? Why not NIV? So that round was, and how you define post-COVID. That round was very interesting, and how those definitions come, how that concepts come. Those were asked. And regarding and there was also a round where basic clinical questions were asked and it was like it seemingly looked very easy, but actually you have to like go back to your clinics in final year, and then you have to recall. So yes, it was quite a integrated quiz I attended.
Okay. And you answered very well also. And that is again a quiz where I got to know students like yourself, Shagun, Arman. I know Shagun before that also. She was rank 1 and recently, and I know her from final year also. Something common to yourself and Shagun is like, again, the love for the subject. So Shagun has now taken PGI medicine. So I still remember Shagun was in final year. That time COVID was there. And I used to conduct some practical lessons for medicine practical lessons. And she would always say, sir, when is the next session? We can do the next session. So they were very ready to volunteer, because usually candidates don't volunteer readily. And that again shows the love for the subject. And I'm very happy that the last two exams, the toppers, the NEET PG and also in the INI CET, are by genuine students with a love to the subject than just, cramming MCQs. And really, I really appreciate you for that, Anirban. So that's good. And next, again, coming to the Qbank of DocTutorials. So how did you find the questions in the Qbank? Because you say you have listened to the pediatrics lectures, multiple lectures, and then how did the Qbank actually help you? Because you would agree that practicing is MCQs is very, very important. So how was the Qbank and the explanations in the Qbank?
I had actually done the most of the questions in whatever subject I had revised from DocTutorials. I had done most of the MCQs, and whichever subjects I had done, the Qbank was like very well curated. There were a mix of easy questions and there was a mix of hard questions. Especially in pediatrics, the questions were very tough, and I felt that and whenever I felt that I could not do, or there was like I was getting so many wrong, but it was like I'm learning something at the end of the day. So it was quite amusing experience in the Qbank. Like you are having a mix of good questions and a mix of hard questions also, and the explanations that were given were very well given in the explanation part. Especially like the explanation part is the thing which I especially look forward to, because apart from more from the MCQ, the concept matters. So yeah, that's how it helped me.
So what you're saying is that, you listen to the lectures, then you practice questions. You were happy to see a mix of easy and tougher questions, so that whatever questions you got wrong, probably you took a special note of that, so that you were more thorough with the topics, right? And always, I think, in DocTutorials, what we have taken care is to make a mix of questions in the Qbank. Because sometimes what happens is in these entrance exams, there is always an element of unpredictability in terms of toughness, because sometimes they may go for a paper with more simple questions, maybe a balanced paper, or sometimes tougher questions. So I think it's important to strike a good balance in the DocTutorials Qbank. That is what we have tried to do, not only in the NEET PG question bank, but also in the NEET SS question bank as well. Because I've been teaching for the super specialty as well, NEET SS, INI SS, along with teaching for NEET PG and FMG. So I know that over these exams, there is always an element of unpredictability. So I think it's important to practice a mix of questions. So Anirban, your preparation also, did you focus on only clinical oriented MCQs, or you always had a good mix of preparation?
No, sir. I always because at the in these few months, I knew that I could not just go ahead with the clinical knowledge and clinical MCQs only and crack an exam. So it had to be the pre and paraclinical subjects which I had to cover extensively, the MCQs. So yes, my main focus in these few months were on the pre, para, and short subjects. Okay. Because clinical subjects are a part where most of the time knowledge matters, and if you have that knowledge, you can just rule out 3 options out of 4.
Got it. And you would also agree that practicing grand test is very important, because grand test will actually give you a correct assessment. So what is your take to the juniors? Because I see many juniors keeping on reading without doing grand test. So I would like from you to know from you that how important is grand test while preparing for such competitive exams?
Sir, grand tests actually are very important. It's very, very, very important to go and give the grand test a shot, no matter at what phase of preparation you are started from final year, because from the second part of final year, because you are just 6 months away from being a doctor. So, and these subjects, the final year subjects, you have to know something from the very first year itself to pass final year. So you will be having a certain amount of knowledge, and go and give the grand test. At least you will be well versed with at least one subject. Any one subject you read in final year for one posting even maybe will cover 10% of the questions. So you will get those 10% right. Whereas even the toppers don't prepare so well in those clinical subjects. So you will get a moral boost if you start practicing your grand tests right from your final and in internship. What matters is the solving MCQs. Internship is a time where you have to focus on first being a doctor, and then whatever free time you get, you either practice MCQs or you grow yourself as a human being. So I utilize my time in that way. Whatever free time I got, I used to solve MCQs. I did not start reading as such in internship, but MCQs were the thing I wanted to get a hang on from an earlier point of time.
And what was your rank in the INI CET grant test that you wrote in DocTutorials?
The rank was a rank 1 only in the last year. Yes.
And just one last question, Anirban, that you're preparing for your residency. So what do you see, Dr. Anirban, 10 years from now?
So 10 years from now, like, it's a very far-fetched. I just want to go through, because I'm a person who plans things from a long point of view. But in these few months span of time, I have come across a lot of experiences, and I don't want to plan like for a long period of time. But maybe yes, I want to do my residency. I want to give best to the residency, whichever college I go now. So I want to give my best, and as Peter Parker says, with great power comes great responsibilities. So yes, I have a much greater responsibility with me right now, and I have to be my best throughout residency.
And I think, you had messaged me before also that after your NEET PG results, you were interested in medicine, and you had watched that approach to general medicine residency video of ours, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So did you get that? That video is there in the YouTube for viewers as well, those who are planning to take general medicine, approach to general medicine residency by the DocTutorials team of super specialty faculty. So has that video given you a good concept into medicine residency?
Yes, sir. It has given me quite a hang about what to expect from residency, and the different options that are there after residency, and how it is okay to stay just an MD doctor and settle yourself first, and then decide whatever if at all you want to take a super specialty. So it covers a lot of aspects, not just driving a resident towards the super specialty. So yes, it covers in a quite holistic manner. So yes, the video was and the meeting actually was very useful. So many eminent persons, faculties.
All right. And we look forward to having more interactions with you, Anirban, because we are very soon launching a residency curriculum as well, where we'll be teaching not just from an entrance point of view, but a residency point of view, taking into account the clinical case scenario based management. So rather than just teaching for entrance, we already have a DocTutorials super specialty platform where we teach residents for SS exam, but we have always felt that you need to have a residency training program with video lectures, with clinical examination videos. So definitely it will be useful for candidates joining the residency. And again, I think from my part also, I should tell all the juniors watching this, Anirban was a very dedicated student, and he has achieved this by sheer hard work. And I also want, many students might be asking, okay, is it necessary to prepare from multiple platforms? See, what often happens is, suppose in a topper like Anirban, they would actually watch certain subjects, okay, from a certain platform, so that you understand, okay, I want to listen pediatrics from Dr. Sandeep Sharma. I want to listen pathology from this faculty, medicine from this faculty, forensics. So, suppose there is some subject you actually feel, okay, I am comfortable with this faculty. That is how, toppers land up in multiple platforms, right? So that is why you told me a while back that, before we started our interaction also, that you would love to hear Sandeep Sharma sir teach 24/7, right?
Right.
So that's it. You agree with that, Anirban? Selecting faculties and, preparing mainly according to that when, you have multiple platforms in hand?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's quite quintessential that there should be a primary source of preparation, but to be in the top, to give your best, actually, you have to learn from the best, and whatever is best according to you have to suit with that. If you're very comfortable with only one source, that's very good. But if you want to know more about the topic, I'm a person who is quite a, I would have a new term, and I have also shared with my I am a very compulsive and very paranoid perfectionist kind of person. So and that's why I just read the best I can in regarding a topic. I may forget it some 2 days or 3 days later, but for that period of time, if I want to read some topic, it will be from standard books and not just for the. That's how like I select my how which faculty should I hear, or which book even which book should I read. I would not just go with any book which would help me get top rank in my professional exam or the top rank in the exam. My knowledge has to be good in that. Even if I forget those topics, I would just love to at least grab at least 1% of the standard guidelines or the standard textbook or the best teachings which suit me. So yes, that's how I choose which topics to read from where. And whatever your preparation is, it should suit you. It's not necessary that there is only one platform, and there is never one platform. You will have to read a lot from, even in journals. If we read research, we have to compile so many things from a lot of resources. So yes, you have to read a lot of sources. That's how our medicine is. That's how we have to progress in.
That's how medical science evolves as well. You want to get the best information. A while back you said the best information, so you actually select, okay, these are the faculties I want to listen from. And Anirban, again, he wanted to learn better. He never used which faculty gives me a best strike rate, MCQ, but from which faculty I can learn the subject the best, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Anirban, for your time, and I'm sure that it must be a happy feeling in the family, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, all right. So I think the day is yours. And I think this is something, Anirban, you have worked very hard and a truly deserving candidate for rank 1. Really appreciate that. And Anirban, I'm sure of one thing. You're going to take medicine. Now, whatever specialty, super specialty or you take, or you take just MD medicine, you're going to be a good doctor. I'm very sure about that. Okay. All right.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
Thanks a lot for the viewers for watching.
Thank you, sir.